I don't want to stand on the log pile because I don't think it's very secure. I want to see if I can get this up high enough to give you an idea of the roof. So I spent the better part of the last day and a half in the rain getting the metal up on the roof. I still need to get up there and do some additional caulking. It's, as I've explained earlier, it's reclaimed metal roofing, and there is a need to go and add some caulking and some sealant in some places to ensure that it remains watertight. But well worth the effort. It's a fraction of the cost of new steel, and again, it's for a shed, not for the main building that I'm hoping to build and complete next summer, or spring through the summer and the fall. Hey everyone, I'm back working on the shed, and weather has changed. It is so much nicer out here right now. It's about, I'm going to say 72 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius, perfect working weather. I've spent part of the morning running errands. I've picked up some various materials, the building wrap, and I've just finished cutting a bunch of braces, and I'm going to start installing those. So that's what much of today is going to be. It's going to be installing various braces, maybe putting up some of the house wrap, and possibly later in the day getting to milling some boards and batten. But I think tomorrow, Friday, is going to be a big day for milling the board and batten. Here's one of the braces I've done based on the dimensions of the shed, 16 by 10 post design. These braces are measured at 3 foot 9 inches and go in like that on the posts. One's already in here, one's down at the far end, so 2 are needed here and 4 on that far wall. I've spent a couple hours putting up some building wrap. I had this building wrap left over from a garage that I built last year. And, you know, this is not going to be an insulated building, but because, just moved back to get a better perspective of the building. But because I'm going to put board and batten on it, board and batten, as a siding, which I'm going to start milling up over there. I thought I'd throw up this leftover house wrap just to maybe stop the winds from getting in the colder months, because it gets cold where I am. I mean, we're looking at worst days will be minus 30 Celsius, or let's say minus 5 Fahrenheit. It can be cold on some days. So there you go, and what I'm going to do now is start to put on a ledge down here at ground level almost. This stuff here, this pressure treated 1x1, so again, this is some of the very few materials that I actually go buy at the hardware store, because this is pressure treated. It's going to go down here near the base of the shed, and that's going to create the ledge for which the board and batten will rest, so it's even across the bottom. already marked up where I want it to go. Nice and solid. So, that's coming along really well. At the end of the day here, I start to work with the log pile to organize my logs for the next day, for tomorrow. I'm obviously going to just start sliding some of them over, obviously one onto the milling deck, but also line up the other logs for the milling that's to come. I have to mill up quite a few of the logs for the board and batten. And the board and batten itself is going to be the wood cut down to boards that are about a 7/8 of an inch thick and anywhere from, I'm going to say, 6 to 11 inches wide, depending on how large the logs are themselves.